Time for business. Digital applications to trades in the Nigerian capital market have thoroughly reduced costs while enhancing efficiency of resource utilization. At a stakeholders meeting in Lagos, the Chief Executive Officer of the Central Securities Clearing Systems PLC, Haruna Jallo Waziri, demonstrated the advantages. Efyong Ekop reports.
The Central Securities Clearing System PLC, warehousing markets electronic platform, demonstrates how digital technology can grow both markets and the larger economy. On Tuesday, when the CEO of the company, Haruna Jallo Waziri, met with a select group of market stakeholders in Lagos, he clearly revealed this. He listed business intelligence and reductions in operational costs.
We have built an efficiency level that's far beyond what most institutions do in Nigeria. We obtain and operate a paperless environment. Our document management system is the best. You can imagine as an institution where you receive 5 kilograms of paper every day from brokers, from everybody, yet none come to the CEO. That for me tells you the hard work that the CSC has done over the years. We are talking about building business intelligence on the data that we have that would help us predict in the future how things should work.
While acknowledging these advantages, some stakeholders said attention should be given to rural dwellers who may want to play the capital market but lack technology devices and know-how.
Somebody who has 1,000 shares now, he can afford, maybe he don't have even money to buy data. But no matter how it is, there is a lot of ways somebody can help. So we have confidence in the capital market.
The boss of the Central Securities Clearing System clearly demonstrated how his organization had reduced costs and increased efficiency and earnings in the 2018 financial year due to technology applications. Efyong Ekop, TVC News, Lagos.
Britain has ordered Chinese telecoms giant Huawei to supply equipment for the UK 5G data network, despite warnings of security risk. The government is seeking a middle way in a bitter dispute between the United States and China over the next generation of communications technology. Details in the next report.
Huawei, the world's biggest producer of telecoms equipment, is under intense scrutiny after the United States told allies not to use its technology because of fears it could be a vehicle for Chinese spying. Huawei has categorically denied this.
Now, I don't need to rehearse the importance of 5G to this audience. We know it's going to be one of the most important and impactful technologies of this or any era. And like many countries, the UK is looking at the right policy approach to 5G security.
The head of Britain's GCHQ spy agency said the suitability of companies to supply equipment for the United Kingdom's 5G telecom systems depended more on the security and engineering processes rather than where they were based.
When we analyse a company for their suitability to supply equipment to the UK's telecoms networks, we're looking at the risks that arise from their security and engineering processes, as well as the way these technologies are deployed in our national telecom networks. The flag of origin of 5G equipment isn't important, but it is a secondary factor.
Jeremy Fleming's comments came after a British security source told Reuters that Britain would allow Chinese firm Huawei access to non-core parts of its 5G network, but block it from all core parts of the system. Fleming said Britain's policy approach for 5G security was being concluded and that it would be announced soon.
Dutch cheese makers are worried about the threat of U.S. tariffs. Details in the next report.
Traders in white cabs surrounded by wheels of cheese in the Dutch town of Gouda have responded with pragmatism to a threat of U.S. tariffs. The United States could impose $11 billion worth of tariffs on European export products over subsidies for Airbus, and Europe threatens to retaliate over U.S. tax breaks for Boeing, a dispute that seems far removed from the Dutch cheese industry. But two famed Dutch cheeses, Gouda Holland and Edam Holland, are among the many artisanal European products threatened with the tariffs. The Dutch, world's second largest agricultural exporter after the United States, send 78 million euros worth of cheese products to the US every year.
Cheeses are always 6 months old or 3 months old. They are purchased in the expectation that they can be exported at an acceptable price. If they cannot be exported to the US, we will have to find another outlet. We will always find one, but we have to discover a new market and lower the price. We deliver quality with a higher price. So we are very concerned about the threat from the US President, Donald Trump. I hope it won't happen.
At Gouda's historical market, a new tourist attraction, a retired cheesemaker who plays the part of trader remained optimistic his former colleagues would find new trade opportunities elsewhere, but he said that would mean accepting lower prices. Earlier, the EU Commission published an 11-page list of US imports worth $20 billion that the European Union said could hit with tariffs in a transatlantic aircraft subsidy dispute.
That's business at this time.